Hello students, today will we discuss about character of Klim Everett. ओके, क्लिम एवराइट जो करेक्टर हैं वो द रिटर्न ऑफ द नेटिव में हैं। इनके राइटर हैं थॉमस हार्डी। इन्होंने रिटर्न ऑफ द नेटिव लिखा है जिसमें क्लिम एवराइट मेन करेक्टर हैं, यानी कि मेजर करेक्टर्स ऑफ द नॉवेल। ओके, क्लिम एवराइट एक मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट मेल करेक्टर हैं ऑफ द नॉवेल। ओके, इज़ द हस्बैंड ऑफ यूस्टेशिया। ये यूस्टेशिया के हस्बैंड हैं। द हीरोइन ऑफ द नॉवेल, जो कि यूस्टेशिया जो है इस नॉवेल की हीरोइन है और क्लिम एवराइट इस नॉवेल के हीरो हैं। ओके, देखते हैं इनका करेक्टर स्केच ऑफ क्लिम एवराइट। इसमें इंट्रोडक्शन, फिजिकल अपीयरेंस, क्लिम एवराइट एंड इंटेलेक्चुअल, क्लिम एवराइट अ हिटमैन, a social reformer, an egoist, a biblical figure, criticism on Klim Everett, conclusion. Okay, first है introduction. Klim Everett is the hero of the Return of the Native, यानी ये Return of the Native बुक के Klim Everett हीरो हैं. He is the native whose return changed the fortune of other major characters considerably. The novel is concerned with his relations with two female characters, Mrs. Everett and Eustacia White. Mrs. Everett जो है वो इनकी मदर हैं और जो यूस्टेशिया है वो इनकी वाइफ हैं। Having been sent to Paris at an early age and having been placed in trade there, he acquires quite a solid material position. इनको क्या है, जब अर्ली एज में ही इनको पेरिस भेज दिया जाता है। But his worldly success leaves a spiritual vacuum in his mind. Klim has a philosophic temperament and a passion for social reform, so he decides to give up the trade and to work for the upliftment of his fellow inhabitants of Eden Heath. His self-sacrifice is admirable. However, when he wants to put his ideas into practice, a number of personal and other considerations come to the forefront, making the situation quite complicated. First, there arises the questions if education is really a giver of happiness. Secondly, there arises the question if enlightenment or social reform should come prior of education, which though increased man's capacity to do good for society, yet it equally enables him to do evil. Next है physical appearance. In chapter 6 of book 2, Hardy has given a vivid picture of Klim. To one of middle age, the countenance was that of young man, though a youth might hardly have seen any necessity for the term of immaturity. The descriptions of Klim at the beginning of book 3 clearly expresses the view how the enlightenment gives birth to disillusionment and sorrow. The view is one of Hardy's complaints against the creator of the world, that the achievement and gratification of knowledge and education brings care, anxiety and neurosis in its brain, whereas the ignorant living nearer to animal plane are not only more healthy in body but also more peaceful in mind. Klim exemplified this of the wider world. Perhaps he would have been happier and more contented. What malevolent fate so planned it that Klim should spend his earlier days in the great metropolis, then disgusted with his trade in the special symbols of self-indulgence and vainglory, returning thereafter to his native place, hoping Klim had not gone blind. We are doubtful whether he could have brought peace to himself or enlightenment to the heathen folks, because the rural world was not ripe for him. Next, Klim Everett, an intellectual. At the death of his father, a neighbor had kindly undertaken to give the boy a star, and this assumed the form of sending him to Woodmouth. Klim did not wish to go there, but it was the only feasible opening. Thence he went to London and then shortly after to Paris, where he became a successful jeweler. Klim loves his mother deeply and knows his duty towards her so much so that even the infatuation of Eustacia and his ill health cannot prevent him from ultimately going to his mother for reconciliation. However, the malevolent fate is bent upon to thwart all his plans and schemes. Next, Klim Wright a Heathman. In spite of his intellectual background, Klim is essentially a Heathman because he is a man of the Heath. He is much at its product as he is a product of Paris. 2 months and a half Thompson, the last of her life, did my mother live alone, distracted and mourning because of me. It was unvisited by me. Klim almost raves and Rand Thompson in vain implores him to be calm. Obviously, Klim is an ideal son of Hardy. Next, Klim Wright, a social reformer. Klim Wright is a man of Herculean endurance. Undoubtedly, his suffering is great. He suffers indescribably. What wears his suffering uncomplainingly. With a stoic calm, he can even sing in his adversity and teach his wife the philosophy of disenchantment. It has often been suggested that to a greater or lesser degree, Klim Wright is hardy in his moral earnestness and his gestures towards social reform, but this position seems not to take fully into account either the flimsiness of Klim's reformist presentation or the essential negativity of his attitudes. Next, Klim Wright, an egoist. There is something great in the serenity with which Klim Wright follows his fixed purpose and wears his misfortune, but there is also something chilly and adamantine. Klim Wright is without doubt a loving husband. He loves Eustacia passionately and crowns his love with the solemnization of wedlock. It is who loves Eustacia to madness, Eustacia who prefers passionate love to a particular person and for whom a village of satisfied love is better than the glimmer of a prolonging lantern. Alas, the only occasion he seriously loses his balance of mind is when, after having discovered from Diggory Van and others about the circumstances of his dear mother's death. Next, Klim Wright, a biblical figure. As the novel progresses, Klim Wright becomes increasingly associated with biblical images. In explaining his abandonment of the diamond trade, he quotes from St. Paul to Eustacia. He is actually reminiscent of the Apostle Paul. He is like John the Baptist who takes involvement rather than repentance for his text, and in his blindness and his revival after near Klim lost everything and later comes to know that Eustacia has drowned. He feels himself to be morally responsible for her death. Criticism on Klim Wright. It is just certain that education increased man's capacity for joy and his opportunity to do good, but it is equally certain that it augments his capacity for pain and his opportunity to do evil. Klim is an instance of this. Had he never left the Heath, never come into contact with the wider life of the world, he might have been tolerably contented, but fate willed it that he should spend his days in a great. The only occasion he seriously loses his balance of mind is when, after having discovered from Diggory Van and others about the circumstances of his dear mother's death, he rudely misbehaves with Eustacia, reveals his suspicion to her. However, this mistake turns out to be fatal for him. Eustacia goes away, Klim loses everything, and later comes to know that Eustacia has drowned. Last conclusion. Although the male characters in the Return of the Native are less distinctly drawn Then the female Klim remains an unforgettable character of Hardy like night and Claire. He is an intellectual and an egoist. Hardy has achieved remarkable success in creating Klim as an idealist who seems incapable of sympathetic communication with anyone outside himself. Indeed, Klim is the most isolated figure among Hardy's heroes. To conclude, we can say that there is something great in the calm with which Klim follows his decided purpose and bears his misfortunes, but there is also something chilly and adamantine in it. The great man, in the view of Carlyle, must be consumed by an and fire. Now, the question arises if Klim is justified in prevailing over all personal ties and claims if they stand in the way of his idea, right or wrongly. Mrs. Hubert objects to his schoolmaster project and to marriage with Eustacia, rightly or wrongly. Eustacia too objects to his schoolmaster project and living at Eden. There is a maze of conflicting aspiration really. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching.